Help support our coverage with a free account on Privacy, the service that keeps your bank information private when shopping online. Get $5 right now to try the service at plughitzlive.com/privacy. Hello, Internet. I'm Scott with PLUGHITZ Live, part of the Tech Podcast Network. We are here at CES 2019 at the Qualcomm booth. We've got a little e-ink display here. We'll find out what that does in just a second. But first, go ahead and introduce yourself for me.
Hi, I'm Fridolin. Nice to meet you. I'm working for ses-imagotag, a company that is based in Paris, but I'm working in Graz.
Okay.
And we are doing this little thing that you just talked about. It's electronic shelf labels.
Okay. Well, that would explain the number on it. It looks like there's a lot of information on this. We'll deal with that in a second, but first, it's an electronic shelf label, so an electronic price tag, essentially, instead of a paper tag.
That's right.
Okay.
So I think the use case is very clear. You don't want somebody to put paper all the time on the shelf.
Right.
You can control it from your control center, even with your ERP system, so it's all connected.
Okay. Yeah, because I've worked in retail, and I know sales change every week. You have to take down the old ones, put up the new ones. Did they get changed? And then there's Black Friday.
Right.
Prices change twice that day. That's insane. And how do you know that all the prices have been changed? They never are. And we know that. There's always something wrong or a price missing. This helps to eliminate that, right?
That's absolutely right,
Okay.
yeah. There's some other use cases, but the main one is this.
Okay. And so I'm seeing a lot of information on the screen. Obviously, I see a price,
Yeah.
and a name and a short description, which is nice. But I also see a QR code and what looks like an NFC logo. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, you're right. So first of all, this content can be customized.
Okay.
So whatever the customer wants, he can put it on there. We just made an example here.
Sure.
But this is a nice example of showing, like, you could show this rating, for example. Like this, you connect the internet store with the physical store. So that's
Okay.
really interesting about it. Regarding the QR code, you can scan it and be redirected to a web page that can show more about the product.
Okay.
That's really interesting in terms of getting the customer connected, getting him interested into the product. We have the same. We have an NFC chip in there.
Okay.
So when tagging it with your mobile device, for example, you can also get redirected to some kind of homepage. So
Okay.
I think that's a really good use case of showing more information.
Yeah. So if I'm in a store and I see a tag and I look at it and I've got a question about the product, maybe the box doesn't have all the info, I can take my phone, tap the tag, it'll take me to the product page, and I can try and get information.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That eliminates the problem of, do you work here? And do you know anything about this product? The answer is oftentimes no, especially when you're dealing with electronics.
That's definitely right. We don't want to, have the workers gone. They're still
Right.
really important. That's important to mention. But people are really often, especially like here when talking about electronic products, but also other products, they're really interested in getting more information, and they don't want to go home and Google it and then maybe buy it online. If they get the information right at the shelf, they might take the product and take it with them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so that helps the brick and mortars kind of close the sale rather than losing it to online.
Definitely. Maybe they can even compare the price and see that it's not cheaper online or just a little bit cheaper. So I think there's a lot of value to add with these labels.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that they're e-ink makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
it means that you're never without a price.
You're pointing out a very, very nice thing about it. The beauty of e-ink, as you said, it's not taking power consumption when the image is built up. So it's just taking power consumption during building up an image, what I can really show quickly here. And the good thing, as you said, if for some reason the power supply is gone, still the image stays. So there's always a price, what is of course really important for the retailers.
It eliminates that missing price tag problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Now you just updated the price, obviously wirelessly, seemingly very easily. How did you do that?
In this project that we did together with Qualcomm, it's done via BLE, so Bluetooth.
Okay.
And the beauty of it is, of course, it's standardized instead of other companies using proprietary protocols.
Okay.
And you can use BLE mesh, what is, of course, for updating more tags at the same time, very interesting.
Okay. So with this, I imagine if you're like a multiple location retailer, the home office could theoretically control all the prices, make sure they're all up to date, and then maybe at night when the prices change, just blip all of the tags and be ready.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
The future is, with this, you can do everything. You can even think of a store that is not selling its own product anymore. It's only selling a space where other companies selling their products. So imagine an electronic store where some Apple, Sony products are sold, but the prices are made from a central station from Apple, Sony, somewhere in a different city.
Okay.
So they can control the pricing. It's just one use case, but it shows what is possible with these price tags.
Okay. So more of a like consignment type situation.
For example, yeah.
That's awesome.
There's many use cases to think of. I think with this we obtain everything.
Whenever you have something like this, it creates ideas in other people's heads that you, as the team that built it, would have never come up with.
That's definitely right. We're always open for new ideas, just come to us, tell it to us. We're ready to push the limits.
Very cool. Now, this stripe across the bottom, what have we got there?
That's for another nice use case. I can show it to you. We have lids implemented, so like this we can let it blink in the different colors. Think of another use case, restocking, for example. Your worker in the store has to restock a product and he can't find it, so he just scans the product. Via the application, the label where the product is blinking, so he finds it immediately. Just one use case. Another one could be for customers coming to the shop, looking for a product, letting it blink and go there, whatever. Depends always on the application. You can implement whatever you want.
Sure.
That's nice.
So like I've seen a couple of stores have started to come up with the idea of, if I build my shopping list, when I get there, it'll walk me through the store to go pick up the stuff. Maybe when I get close to it, it could start blinking red because that's the color that I've set.
For example, you should work in our innovation office. That's nice ideas. Yeah.
Okay.
As you said, that's definitely possible.
Very cool. Now, how much of this is on the market and how much of it is coming soon or is just prototype phase?
This product that I just hold in my hands is prototype phase, especially with the Qualcomm chip. But we're soon getting to a commercial state, so this is getting close to being sold. The company that I work for, we have products that are not made with Qualcomm. They are already normally commercialized. And it's getting now really popular. So it depends on the country, for example. In France, there's a huge density, to say, already of shops using electronic shelf labels.
Okay.
So other countries, it's just starting. It's getting all started and it's starting to explode soon, I'd say.
Very cool. Well, if people want to find out more about your company and the things that you guys offer, how can they do that?
It's a company called SES in English, imagotag. So just go to www.ses-imagotag.com.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. I love this product.
Thank you too, and have a good day.
For continuing CES 2019 coverage, stay tuned to plughitzlive.com/CES.